Welcome to Let's Talk Wellness. It's time to have new conversations about mental health. Join Mara James as she guides us along this journey. And now, let's talk wellness.
Welcome to Let's Talk Wellness. I'm your host, Mara James, and I want to say thank you for joining us today. Our conversations are all about taking a deeper dive into understanding how we can support children and their families to have better mental health and wellness. It is our goal to provide you with information and let everybody know that they are not alone in this journey. Let's Talk Wellness is brought to you by the Extraordinary Lives Foundation, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to improve children's mental health and wellness. You can find out all of our information about ELF and more episodes at elfempowers.org. And you can find this link in the show information below. Now, let's talk wellness with today's guest, John Johnson. John is a man that wears several hats. John is a comedian. He's a drone pilot who inspects power poles. He's also a distributor of a medical device that we'll talk about shortly. Welcome, John.
Hello, Mara. Good to meet you. Good to be here.
How are you today?
I am living the dream.
Oh, that is so beautiful. So, as we were talking before, and you said you have this name, and I even asked you, is John Johnson your given name? And everybody kind of chuckles with that. So, is it your given name?
It is my given name. It's half the reason I got into comedy, not so much being funny, but people would laugh at my name every time they heard about it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's my actual, not Jonathan, not just John Johnson. That's me.
That's so funny. And how long have you been doing comedy?
I've done comedy about 12 years. It started with Post-it notes all over my room that turned into a Word document that turned into starting to perform and open mics. And then I've put on my own shows over the years. Hardly ever have I just gone and performed somewhere. I've loved producing and hosting, and I let the other comedians make me look much better. So I just book good comedians, and then everybody has a great time, and I love it.
And that is so beautiful because we host, the foundation hosts comedy nights every year, because what better way to talk about mental health than with laughter, right? There's always a lot of tears, but let's try to bring some joy to it. And just laughter, like a deep belly laughter, I think is one of the best things for mental health.
I agree.
So thank you for doing that. And so let's hear a little bit. You're a drone pilot and you inspect power poles. What exactly does that mean?
You know what? 7 or 8 years ago, I couldn't. I was in the restaurant industry for years, and I just couldn't do it anymore. My legs couldn't take it. The pain was too much, my knees, my ankles. And so I found out from a comedy show, actually, one of these guys was a drone pilot, came to the show to perform, and he taught me all about it. And it's been an incredible journey. I was in the first few thousand people to get the commercial drone pilot license about 7 or 8 years ago. And the power companies, they used to have to inspect poles either with a helicopter flying low with a very high-res camera, or a crew of 5 guys with a crane to get up there and look down at the top of it. Now with a drone, I can inspect a pole in 5 minutes and take a series of photos that are so good, and they can zoom in on every little crack, every little bolt. And we're mainly only doing this in high-risk wildfire areas throughout California, and it's preventing a lot of fires over the last few years. Most people don't realize the majority of fires in California are started by power poles that are faulty, or something is going on with the pole. So over the last few years, the power companies have embraced this drone pilot program, and it was good. It gets a little monotonous, I won't lie. It's fun being a drone pilot, but when you're day after day just taking pictures of hundreds of power poles, it becomes a little of a grind. But you're really, you're helping prevent fires, and it really is rewarding.
Wow, that is so amazing. And you also are a distributor of medical devices. Can you share with us about that?
Yes. So around the same time I got into drones, about 7.5 years ago, like I said, my knees and ankles, if I could show them to you on camera, you would be like, oh, wow. Like I was born with kind of severe fallen arch flat feet. I worked in restaurants for 23 years. And the pain, I was told I had the legs of a 70-year-old man at 40. And it was just so much inflammation, arthritis, pain. And I went to the best doctors. I went to Cedars-Sinai. I went to UCLA Medical. They all told me the same thing. They said, you can take pills for the pain. Which did not seem like a solution to me. Or you can do a cortisone shot for the pain. But technically, that will degrade your joint even faster, Mr. Johnson. And I did a cortisone shot one time. It was great for 4 weeks. And then the pain came back 4 weeks later. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep doing that. So around that time, I met an athlete friend of mine who was from Italy. He was a former national soccer player, and he met at his house just to talk drones, technically, for his sport. And I could not believe what he was getting his drinking water out of. And it was this crazy space machine. And he's this ripped athlete. He eats nothing but chicken breasts and lentil beans. And I go, what are you getting your water out of? And he goes, oh, it's called Kangen water. It's a medical device from Japan that all the top athletes drink this. And I researched, none of them drink Gatorade or bottled water anymore. They all drink this water. The Lakers, the Dodgers, the Yankees, Tom Brady, Floyd Mayweather, the list goes on. And they just don't talk about it because the company doesn't pay anything for celebrity endorsements or sponsorships. But he goes, luckily, he said, do you have any health issues? And I told him, yeah, my ankles and knees are pretty severe pain all the time and from inflammation. And he goes, oh, you have to try this water. They prescribe it as medicine in Japan. It's insanely anti-inflammatory, amongst other things. And I tried it out. I laughed at him when he said water was going to help me. I did not believe it. But you have to have it fresh. So I would come to his house every couple of days to get it fresh because the properties dissipate after a few days of going through this machine. And almost exactly day 21, it felt like the time I had done a cortisone shot, and that was 7 years ago. And I do not have that throbbing, crazy inner inflammation pain. And now in 7 years, I have personally met hundreds of people that swear by what this has done for their cancer, their diabetes, their kidney disease. The water doesn't cure any one specific thing. It technically, it cleans your body out, allows your body to heal. So we don't claim that the water cures anything. It's your body that's doing the healing. This water just puts it in a position to be able to do it. And that's what the word Kangen in Japanese means, return to origin. So it's returning your body to homeostasis, allowing your body to heal the way we're supposed to be able to heal. We're just so bogged down with free radicals and toxins. And this water is insanely, insanely antioxidant and a neutralizer for free radicals. The basic cliff notes is people are like, what's so special about this machine? It basically is a lightning strike in a box that breaks the bond of H2O into essentially H and OH by the billions per glass. And that now suddenly freed hydrogen is a magnet for free radicals and toxins in your body. So that's why it has such effect on so many different things. And it was life-changing for me. The company's slogan is change your water, change your life. And when I first heard that, I thought it was kind of cheesy. And now I'm like, this is
in the pudding.
Correct slogan. So
Yeah.
I love teaching people about it, and it's everybody in the world should know about it. It's a life-changing, world-changing product.
Right. We definitely want to first ask what free radicals are, and if you could share about that. And then, of course, I'm going to ask how, there have been great results with mental health, and you talked about autism. But first, you mentioned free radicals. What are those?
Free radical is a loose molecule that is attacking your cells. There's free radicals in Wi-Fi. There's free radicals in the air we breathe. That oxidative stress is what's causing you to age. A lot of sickness and disease are caused by these free radicals attacking your cells. So to have this water suddenly free up billions of free radical magnets, free radical scavengers that donate themselves to that free radical, they bond with it because they're oppositely charged. So they stick to them and remove them from your body. So it's really, really, this water's effect on oxidative stress and protecting from cell damage is remarkable. So, people say, well, this is it kind of the fountain of youth? It sort of is. That you can speed up or slow down your aging process based on what you ingest, and this slows it down greatly. You can't stop it, but you can speed it up or slow it down greatly, and this helps slow it down greatly and neutralizes. It's a scavenger for free radicals. And
Wow. So does it pull out the free radicals when you go to the bathroom? That's how you eliminate them?
yes, you're now eliminating these free radicals from your body, and toxins as well. The man who helped invent the colonoscopy procedure, Dr. Shinya, is Japan's most famous doctor, did 300,000 colonoscopies in his career. He would not accept new patients unless they agreed to go on Kangen water. And he's not associated with the company or anything. He just knows how well it cleans out the fecal mucus and toxins in your intestinal tract that can build up and cause cancer and disease. And he knew how great this Kangen water worked. And so when he was, I mean, he would treat Japanese royal family, presidents, kings, everybody from around the world would come to him for their GI issues. Wow. And it's just incredible what it can do for removing toxins and free radicals at a cellular level. This water is molecularly restructured. It's different than water you would drink out of a bottle or out of your tap.
Wow. So when he did that, did he require them to start the water before he would perform the colonoscopy?
Yeah, he would do a 3-month program with them. And there's a great video I can share. It's a little graphic, but it's video of inside of people, and it looks like plumbing, that gunked up plumbing, 3 months before being on Kangen water. And then afterwards, it's clean, pink tissue. It looks like the inside of your lip, kind of your insides, gunked up fecal mucus no longer clinging to the walls.
Wow. So is it possible like that you clear all your free radicals, and then if that happens, then what happens with the water? It has nothing to offset.
Oh, it's just continuing to hydrate you. I mean, so many diseases and things are caused by dehydration. This water is 6 times more hydrating than regular water. It's what's referred to as microclustering. That isn't the exact scientific term, but basically all bottled tap water, water you would normally drink, is 15 to 25 clusters of H2Os. This water gets zapped down to 3 to 5 clusters of H2O. So it's kind of like throwing BBs at a chain link fence instead of throwing baseballs at a chain link fence in your cells. So you absorb a much higher rate of this. That's why athletes love it. You can drink a ton of this, run right back out on the field. There's no bloating or sloshing. You're getting a much higher absorption. And anything you take with it, vitamins or supplements. The trainer for the Seahawks, his name's Shan Stratton. He does the Yankees, a lot of other people. He explains how America has the most expensive urine because they spend so much on their supplements and vitamins. And then with the water you're drinking it's so big, you're peeing out 70% of it. Whereas if you're drinking it with this Kangen water, you're absorbing 95% of it. So anything you take with it, even alcohol, if you have alcohol with Kangen water ice cubes, you get drunker faster, technically. Anything you drink with it, it's going to absorb into your cells at a much higher rate.
Oh, interesting. With vitamins, haven't thought about that. And so talk to us about children's and adults' mental health issues, right? We have, there's the spectrum disorder, there's ADD, ADHD, and the list goes on.
Yes, there's, I am not the vetted expert on this, but I have information and videos I can share of experts who are researching this and showing what this is affecting on autism, on dementia and Alzheimer's. This water is having incredible effects on even Parkinson's. The effects of this water are incredibly numerous. It's not just any one thing. And so, yes, there's many case studies of this affecting the improving mental health for all sorts of issues, but especially the autism. That's a great, if anyone wants to see that video, I don't want to speak to it, and I don't know the science enough, but the doctor from this video does explain it greatly and has many case studies of what she can show this water has done for all sorts of different mental health issues, including autism. And I think more and more people that learn about this is needs to be known. The company doesn't advertise. There's no Tom Brady or Shaquille O'Neal talking to you about it. So it's strictly through direct sales, through distributors only. That's how the company wanted to set it up. They were originally designed for hospitals only. And they had such a huge outpouring of people in the 70s lining up around the block of these Japanese hospitals to come back and fill up their water from this special water, that the hospitals were like, we're not a water supply company. This is insane. So the company decided to make a home unit. And the first day they announced they were developing a home unit, they had 300,000 pre-orders. And this is just finally, slowly over decades. The company's 49 years old. They are the water in the White House, the Vatican, for the Pope, Buckingham Palace. It's just slowly grown over decades. They just achieved billion-dollar status last year, and they're continuing to grow and spread around the world just through people like me teaching others about it and telling their personal testimonies and stories. And it's changing the world.
How amazing is that? You know what? We're going to take a brief break, and we come back. We'd love to hear, see the testimony for the autism. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We hope that you're enjoying today's Let's Talk Wellness podcast. And if you have a topic that you would like us to explore, we would love to hear from you. Simply email us at info@elfempowers.org. That's info@elfempowers.org. And now, back to the show.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Wellness. I'm your host, Mara James, and today we're listening to John Johnson. Welcome back, John.
Great to be here.
Okay, so you're going to share with us a recording. Can you share the person that will be giving the recording testimony?
Yes, this is a great video that was shared with me. It's from Dr. Corinne Allen, who is a decades-long expert of dealing with children with autism and Down syndrome, and she really speaks to what this water has done for her patients and in her practice. And she's got some great information.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Dr. Corinne Allen is the director and founder for the Advanced Learning and Development Institute, and for more than 30 years has dedicated herself to the research and practice of natural health and nutrition. Dr. Allen is recognized worldwide for her natural and practical approach in finding alternative methods of stimulating permanent changes in the brain in dyslexia, ADD, autism, Asperger's, learning disabilities, behavioral issues, and brain injuries.
The sad thing about before alternative became really well known for brain issues like this is they put them in institutions. They put them away. And it's very, very sad. And we've got some very brave parents today who say, no, I am not doing that. And they fight for their kids. And I guarantee you it takes fighting for your kids to get them well when they're very severe. We've had severely autistics come in who could not even do another program because they were physically dangerous.
Hi, my name is Dr. Corinne Allen, and I have a brain center where we work with all kinds of brain issues, and in a brain camp which we run for 2 weeks. And it is one of our most important features in our therapy is to use the Kangen water. And we've seen a 35% increase in our results since we've added the water to our therapies. These kids and adults who come who have brain injuries like autism, Asperger's, car accidents, traumatic stress injuries, head injuries, whatever, they do not drink water, or they've been drinking water that is acid, or they've been drinking a lot of sodas or juices or things that dehydrate them. They come with high inflammation and high dehydration, and when they start on the Kangen water, a lot of times we hear from the parents who never drank water before, and now they want to drink the water. And so they start to really enjoy it and actually ask for it.
Mm-hmm. So because their brains get hydrated, that's when they start getting the results, their functioning of the brain.
It starts putting oxygen to their brain, and these people, a lot of times these kids have never done a lot of physical activity, and they start having more energy, they're more motivated, and we see all kinds of things that we do are given more power and ability because of the oxygen pushing through and the the structured water and the alkaline water all helps that brain to function better.
So basically, how can you explain like why their activity levels goes up?
As soon as you drink this water, and anybody that's drunk it will know that it causes the oxygen to get in, and because of the small molecule structure, not the large molecule like it's in regular water, it goes directly into the cells and into the brain. And that will give them energy mentally so that they can do the motions. We give them a lot of trampoline movements and a lot of reflexive movements, and they're able to do them. And they have hard work. They have to work all day long, and a lot of times they get tired. Normally in programs past before we had it, they can go take a nap, or now they don't have to take naps. They can keep working hard all day long. If your people want some more information, the website is brainadvance.org.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow, that is pretty profound. The effect that water can have on dyslexia, learning disabilities, ADD, ADHD, autism, and behavioral issues. Who knew something as basic as water?
Yeah, I mean, most people, including myself, 7 years ago, they don't think that you are 72% water. And most people don't even consider the water they drink. They get so caught up in their diet, this specific food, these vitamins and supplements, and this exercises, but you are not 72% food and vitamins and muscle and bone. You are 72% water. Your brain is 85% water. Your blood is 90% water. And when you change the water you're drinking, it can have profound effects on your health and all sorts of things, your sleep, your energy, when you get the right kind of water. So most people, just like myself, thought, oh, water's water. What are you talking about, John? And water is water. No, there's many different types of water. And over the last 7 years, I've greatly learned the difference. And one of the big issues out there right now is a lot of people have been sold on RO, reverse osmosis systems, or they'll drink distilled water. And yes, that water has been cleaned. There is no bacteria in it. But the issue with that kind of water is it strips everything. All that is left is H2O. We call it dead water. There's no minerals. There's nothing at all. So when you drink that water over time, it actually leaches minerals from your own bones and your body because the water is searching for minerals. So people that are on RO water are doing themselves a huge disservice because they're leaching minerals from their own body. And RO water is the most acidic water I've tested when we do our tests, and it's one of the most oxidizing. Separate from acidity and alkalinity is oxidation or antioxidation. And to have something that's severely acidic, severely oxidizing, leaching the minerals from you is not good when you could be choosing something that is highly antioxidant. 1 glass of this Kangen water is the antioxidant equivalent of eating 5 pounds of blueberries. There's a Dr. Horst Fitzer from Harvard Medical School who explains you could not possibly eat enough fruits and vegetables in 1 day to equal 1 glass of Kangen water. Imagine drinking 8 glasses of that water a day. And most people have no idea that a lot of the bottled water they're spending $3-4 a bottle on is maybe it was great at the source. Maybe when it was put in that bottle, it was good. But now you are getting all of those waters are shipped here on hot shipping containers that go on the back of trucks. It takes months to get here. It's not air conditioned or refrigerated. It's in hot shipping containers. So usually if it's an American company, like 4 to 6 months in that bottle before you drink it from the shelf. If it's outside, it's 1.5 to 2 years leaching plastic in that plastic bottle before you drink it. So there was, I don't know if you saw the huge study that just came out in the New York Times recently about the researchers have found immensely more microplastics in bottled water than first believed. And they tested several of the major brands and were shocked to find out how much microplastic is actually in these bottles of water. And it's not a trend that we are going to continue. We are not going to continue for decades to create trash island, to continue to drink toxic, acidic, plastic bottled water. People are looking for a different solution. And this is that solution. It is it's the only device of its kind in the world that's certified as a medical device. And it also makes the water alkaline, but that is not the huge benefit. People have gotten so caught up recently because of this device. They have vaguely heard alkaline water is great for them. But most people, if anybody takes from this conversation, if I can just please teach you, if you are buying bottled alkaline water or going to a water store and getting alkaline water, you are getting fake alkaline water. All of those bottled waters, they are changing it chemically. There's two ways to change the alkalinity of water. You can add baking soda to it and some other chemicals which raise the pH, and as soon as you ingest it, it turns acidic. We do tests where we show breathing into it, it simply turns it acidic. Or you can change it electrically. The hydrogen is the main benefit. With the electrical change, the alkalinity raising is just kind of a sister relationship with the more hydrogen. So people have come to know it as alkaline water, but alkalized water is the true term. And if you're drinking bottled fake baking soda water, that really has no health benefits, and it can build up in your kidneys. You are not supposed to ingest that much baking soda day in, day out, all day, every day for months on years on end. So a lot of people have issues with their kidney and organs because they are ingesting baking soda constantly and these other chemicals, whereas they're spending more than it would have cost for this machine to get real alkalized water, with the hydrogen being the huge benefit, the free radical scavenging antioxidant power of it being the huge benefit. And most people just don't understand that there are different kinds of water, and this is by far the best, in my opinion, and many others. That there's nothing like it.
Wow, and I'm surprised. I never knew that our brains are 85% water. So of course, changing the water is going to change someone's life. I also love how Dr. Allen was talking about the positive effect and what you said that the water can have on sleep and energy just by changing the water. I mean, it'd be amazing if every house had this and that the government thought it was so wonderful that they provided it, but I guess, that would cost them. It wouldn't make them money, so they might not want to do it.
Yes, that was one of the most disappointing things of learning about this, is like, oh, why isn't America just teaching everybody about this like Japan? Japan, they're all about prevention. And unfortunately here we are all about pills and surgeries. And I would have never believed this 10 years ago. Oh, America, we're the best. We're number one in everything. Japan is number one in longevity and overall healthcare. We are number 38 behind Cuba in longevity. So I will take my medical advice from Japanese doctors any day of the week. And this is something that more and more people need to learn. They need to be educated about, because there are no commercials. People are so flooded with, oh, if a celebrity is telling me to do this, then I'm going to do it. I need Red Bull and I need Mountain Dew because I saw a cool commercial.
Oof.
No, if there's one other thing you take from this, it's how acidic and horrifying sodas are, and energy drinks by far even worse than soda. It's just extremely, extremely acidic, and all disease is caused in an acidic environment. And it's so much better and healthier to be an alkaline. Whereas, if you want to be really alkaline, you got to eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and go live out in the country somewhere and not breathe the acidic air we have. So for people that can't really fully do that, you can drink this water every day. That's what I did. And it's so much easier for people to just switch to this water instead of changing their entire diet to be a fully raw, vegan, high alkaline diet, which can be very difficult for many people, instead of just, hey, drink this water instead. And it's changing a lot of lives around the world. We have 45 offices in 25 countries. This is a global business. They just opened in Africa, the very first office. They've opened London and Dubai. This is changing lives all around the world. This is not just an American thing or a Japanese thing only.
So amazing. And what about cooking with it?
Yes, there's many, many restaurants that are using it now. I'm glad you touched on that, because There's sushi bars that use it for their rice. There's places using it for their soups. And if you push a different button on the machine, it makes two different kinds of waters that restaurants can greatly use. And one of them is 11.5 water. It is a little too strong to drink all the time. I'll have it if I have a little heartburn. It's great for that, a small cup of that. Or for people with cancer and special disease circumstances, they should drink a small amount of the 11.5 every day. But generally, it is used as a degreaser. It cuts oil like nothing you've ever seen. And in our demonstration, we take some sesame oil and show a little bit in each. And we teach, oh, what do you know about oil and water? They don't mix. So we'll pour regular water, it levels. You pour the 11.5 water, it looks like horchata. It emulsifies the oil. And why that's important is pesticides are all oil-based. When you come home and from the store and you take your, even organic just means less pesticides, and you wash it under your tap water, not only are you not removing the oil-based pesticides, but you're adding the chlorine and fluoride and everything that's in your water. Whereas this 11.5 strips the oil-based pesticides in just a 30 seconds or so, just soaking in it. And when we show that demonstration, we'll take usually like cherry tomatoes, we'll pour half of them in with tap water, we'll pour half of them in with the 11.5. You pour out the tap water, it's still clear. You pour out the 11.5, it looks like green tea. And we'll have people, hey, drink this. Who wants to drink this? And everybody's like, oh God, no, but that's atrazine, that's pesticides. That's, they only spray the pesticides once a season. It's not like every time it rains and every time they water, they respray it. They're all oil-based so that it sticks and clings. And the only way to remove that is Ajax. Who's going to Ajax their strawberries? No. Or there's very expensive veggie washes that they have now that's like $30 for a small gallon. Or you can have this machine that you are using for your drinking water and your health. And, you push a different button, it makes water that's going to strip the pesticides off of it. It tastes much better. It's not bitter anymore, that waxy, bitter taste of the pesticides. So a lot of restaurants are using this water for multiple different reasons. It also makes 2.5 pH water, which is NSF certified for hospitals and restaurants to use to clean surfaces and kill bacteria. It's called hypochlorous acid. There are some machines that are for medical devices that only make that type of water that costs $10,000 a machine just to make that hypochlorous acid. Your machine makes as much of that as you want. It's great for wound care, healing scars and any kind of wounds. They're using it in hospitals a lot, especially in Japan. And and the last one is it makes 6.0 water, which we call beauty water. I actually have some right here. I use this every morning, every night I go to bed, I'm spraying this. This is like facial toner, like what a lot of you ladies buy $30, $50, $70 a bottle. The machine makes as much of this as you want. And we call it beauty water. I'll tell you, Mara, I used to be ugly. Then I got some beauty water now. But it does help your skin.
It gives you a nice shine though. Yeah, definitely. And I love that you said it helps with the acidity and the effect it has on inflammation, because people might not realize like we have inflammation in our brains as well as throughout our body.
Yes, this water is insanely anti-inflammatory. That's how it helped me with my inflammation, arthritis, joint pain. That's how it's helping so many people with so many different things, including brain issues and mental health issues. This is hydrating you like nothing else. And so to have that superior hydration and that anti-inflammatory, antioxidant power, it's really changing a lot of lives. I think they've really only scratched the surface, even though this company has been around for 40 something years. I think the world is just starting to find out what this water can do for so many different things. And I really look forward to seeing what it can do for mental health and brain issues specifically, because I think that's a kind of, there's so many people that have learned what it can do for cancer, diabetes, inflammation, pain, but I think we're just scratching the surface with what this water can do. I can share some research studies. I don't know if you could put a links under this video, but there's several showing what it does for dementia and Alzheimer's prevention. The neuroprotective effects of this water are incredible. And there's many research studies that have already been done that are out there. But again, it's not a pharmaceutical company with billions of dollars to promote it and Shaquille O'Neal telling you to drink it. So a lot of people, you only learn about it unless a guy like me comes and teaches you about it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us just the effects, not only about Kangen water, about that water can have on someone's mental, physical health. It's unbelievable. So, the Extraordinary Lives Foundation is neither promoting or, for or against the water. We're just sharing information, but if anybody has more questions or is interested in trying the water, we'll share John's information, right? Do you have an email address or a website that you'd like to share?
Yes, you can. My website is alkalinekangenwater.com. That's KANGEN. Or you can reach me at john@alkalinekangenwater.com. That's JOHN. And I would love to discuss this with anybody that's interested. I am here to help guide you and teach you everything I've learned. And if I don't know the answer, I can direct you to somebody who is. We're in a huge community of distributors all over the world that have totally had their lives changed by this and have been learning about this for many, many years. So I'm happy to help anybody learn. I'm shouting from the mountaintops, learn about this water, even if you don't get it from me, and water in general. Even if somebody just switches, you don't have to get our water. Yes, it would be amazing. But even if you just switched from sodas or RO water to glass spring water, I guess, instead, that would be beneficial. But I fully know how beneficial this exact type of water can be. If somebody wants to do their own research, this Kangen is a brand name. So the scientific community refers to this water as electrolyzed reduced water, ERW. And there are many, many research studies on PubMed. PubMed.gov is what all the doctors and scientists use for vetted, peer-reviewed, no paid ads allowed information. Because I can already tell you right now, if you just Google Kangen water, there are so many paid ads from the cheap Chinese and Korean knockoffs that really kind of give a lot of misinformation, a lot of straight up lies, unfortunately. So you won't know what to believe. Half the things say miracle water, half the things say, ours is better for this. So if you just go to PubMed and look up electrolyzed reduced water, or sometimes simply just molecular hydrogen, there are thousands of research studies on its effects on dementia, cancer, diabetes, neuroprotective issues. The information is out there under electrolyzed reduced water.
Beautiful. Okay, and we'll put all that information below in the show link. And I'd like to say thank you, John, and to all of our friends out there watching and listening. You all are amazing.
Great to be here, Mara. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Let's Talk Wellness. This podcast has been brought to you by the Extraordinary Lives Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you would like to listen to more conversations like this, we invite you to subscribe to our mailing list at www.elfinpowers.org to be notified when our episodes are published. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to bringing you our next conversation on Let's Talk Wellness.